Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of aMillionortheMoon. In this video, I want to talk about what's going on with Cardano, because Cardano ADA, the blockchain meant to take over the world, the ghost chain that everyone likes to hate, is in the danger zone. Super precarious place, but we are seeing some very interesting signs of technical and fundamental divergence that I want to talk to you guys about, so that way we can all speculate together as to whether or not we're gonna have to as to whether or not we're all going to the moon, or if we're sending in the job applications to McDonald's. So folks, without further ado, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. For God's sakes, goddamn do it. I won't have to keep saying it, and let's delve into it. Alright people, listen up. There's something you gotta understand about me before we delve into the charts. Listen, I am a highly trained technical and fundamental analyst. I've spent years drawing lines on candlesticks and spent countless hours and dollars taking different technical analysis courses. And in all my years of wisdom, knowledge, and insight accumulation, I can now confidently say that I have identified the line to look out for, folks. And so if we take a look at Cardano ADA on a 3-day, I think it's frankly very clear that the line we need to all look out for is $1-ish. So from between 90 cents to about $1.05, $1.10, buyers have historically jumped into the market. This has been a price reactive zone ever since January 2018. Has this zone right here been price reactive? Now, this cycle, we have respected this $1 range as a price reactive floor support where buyers step in ever since February 2021. So this is a very big deal to hold this as support. If we start getting dailies, 3 days, weeklies, closing on new lower lows below our dollar, even more so below these wicks here, below, let's say, 90 cents, then in that case, folks, that would look terribly bearish for Cardano, and would greatly increase the possibility that Cardano enters a true bear market where we go down for a year, then roughly sideways for a year or two. So if the bulls want to remain in control, the bulls have got to hold on to the ground that they have fought for with blood, sweat, and tears. They need to maintain that, folks, because this is a reversal point. This is a tipping point. This is an inflection point, a super clear inflection point for Cardano. Above $1, there's the potential for hope. Below $1, the possibility for down and sideways for years greatly increases. Now, let's say the worst does come and Cardano does crash. When could we expect support to come in? Well, let's zoom out here on our handy dandy log chart. If we take a log chart here, we can see why 40 cents to 30 cents is very likely the next major floor support if Cardano starts to spend time on new macro lower lows. Because folks, looking back historically, this range has been extremely price reactive, even this cycle as well. So back in 2018, it was established that this was a price reactive psychological level, and in this cycle, once again, it was confirmed to be price reactive and psychological once again. Folks, Cardano went pretty parabolic from 40 cents to about $1 here. So there is not a whole lot of support if we start to put in macro lower lows. So if Cardano shits the bed, if the market shits the bed, if there's some global destabilizing event that spooks the markets and causes a global risk-off approach, I do believe that Cardano could crash to 40 to 30 cents. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that if some cataclysmic event were to happen, that is where I would expect the next major support level to come in. Now, to show y'all a bit of hopium, which is I know why you're all here, I would be remiss if I did not mention the fact that we are seeing bullish divergence on the daily RSI with Cardano, which is, in my astute technical analysis opinion, bullish. Now, what do I mean by that, folks? We have lower lows in price action paired with higher lows in RSI. That is bullish divergence. So if we can get a bit more confirmation with Cardano here, perhaps putting in a higher high above our trend line here. If we can go back to a normal chart, you can see what I mean here. If we put in a higher high above our red trend line here, then we could probably have a pretty decent relief rally, perhaps to test, between, I'd say, $1.80 to about $2, I would say, folks. So look, we're seeing signs of bullish divergence. Now we need to see follow through on the price action. Zooming in on a 4-hour here, I think it's pretty clear that we just need to see higher highs to believe in an extended relief rally. Basically, we spend time above $1.15. I would say that Cardano has the potential gas to test resistance and perhaps continue the relief rally. MACD is looking pretty decent on the daily. Stochastic RSI is looking pretty good as well. Folks, things are looking pretty well good on the daily. Now let's take a look at the 3-day. 3-day bullish divergence as well. MACD histogram ticking up. Nothing too crazy, too telling on the 3-day. Now, what I do want to know is the weekly here. So let's zoom out on a weekly chart. And let's go back to our log chart over here so you guys can get a better sense of what I want to highlight. Look at how oversold we are on the weekly RSI Cardano. And let's take a look at the last time we were this oversold. The last time we were this oversold on Cardano on the weekly RSI was the all-time goddamn fucking low. Guys, the fact that we're sitting on $1 support, a price level where buyers have continually stepped in for the last year, a price level that was even price reactive back in 2018. You pair that with the fact that we're approaching oversold territories on the weekly that have historically been local bottoms. It's hard to not view this, 68-70% dump on Cardano as an opportunity. It's hard not to view this as an opportunity. It's not just that, folks. With the launch of Sunday Swap, we see that total value locked in the Cardano ecosystem is increasing, meaning money is starting to flow in. So what's my ultimate takeaway, folks? We're seeing the signs that Cardano can recover here. We're seeing that Cardano is sitting on support right now where buyers have historically stepped in the market and has been a price reactive zone since forever. So while I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, for the risk averse, for those who believe in Cardano, if you are interested in playing the knife catching game, well, it is highly tempting to not look at a 70-odd% correction from all-time highs sitting on support with bullish divergence as a opportunity. Now, with that being said, folks, it is critical that buyers hold on to the $1 region and that we don't put in macro lower lows. Because if we do so, just understand that the possibility of falling to 40-30 cents, that's the next major support level, is likely if we spend time on macro lower lows. Now, following Bitcoin will obviously be very important for timing what the state of the greater market is. Bitcoin just recently got rejected off this red trend line here. Until Bitcoin can spend time above this red trend line, then it does seem like a relief rally is put on pause. So just understand that if you want to play the knife catching game with Cardano, it's a particularly speculative move when the greater market is showing signs of weakness. S&P 500 is also arguably running up against resistance. Although I would admit, I don't know to what degree the greater global markets respect my trend line here. Point is, we are recovering, we are right up against resistance. If we continue to see a healthy recovery in the stock market, then that's a bit more confidence to speculate in the altcoin market. Same with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts to show some signs of strength, some bullish breakouts, bullish divergence, then we could probably speculate on altcoins recovering with a bit more confidence. Until then, just understand you're playing the knife catching game, and when you're trying to catch a falling knife, you may catch it, and then hey, you got a cool knife, but you may miss and you may end up cutting yourself. So just understand the game you're playing. Now, look, folks, to wrap things up, why are people interested in Cardano in the first place? Obviously, there's interesting technology. Charles Hodgkinson is a very interesting dude, very charismatic dude. But mostly, folks, what I'd wager is that people see the potential that Cardano has for price appreciation and bringing on new users and developing new and interesting technology. And in that spirit, I want to reiterate a focus that I've been trying to hammer home on this channel as of late, which is, look, I'm an investor, folks. I'm trying to get rich in this crypto space. I'm not yet, but I'm trying to get there. I'm a student of the laws that govern the acquisition and maintenance of wealth, and I hope to impart some of that knowledge and wisdom to y'all. And in that effort, some of the things I've learned is that if you want to outperform the market, number one, you need to be looking at what others aren't. Cardano is the definition of what the retail market is looking at. You need to be early. Cardano is sure as shit not early. And then number three, you need to get at a good valuation. Arguably, Cardano is at a somewhat decent valuation depending by what metrics you consider. So because of all that, I have been shifting my focus onto what I think is the next Cardano, the next major Ethereum competitor. And that is Pulse Chain, folks. Pulse Chain is a fork of Ethereum, faster, cheaper fees, proof of stake, deflationary. I'm very bullish on this thing. So this thing's not out yet. It will be out in the near future. Once it comes out, this is what I'm personally most focused on accumulating, because nobody knows about it. The big channels don't talk about it. The early days is likely to be around the best valuation that you could find it at, and it's looking to address the largest total addressable market in this space, which is to be a better version of Ethereum and has the potential to follow through and actually pull it off. So folks, keep your eye out for Pulse Chain. If you want to participate in the ecosystem, the Pulse X sacrifice phase is currently live, where Pulse X is the Uniswap of Pulse Chain. So if you want some exposure to that ecosystem, I invite you to check out pulsex.com here. Now, without further ado, ladies, genitals, for fuck's sake, like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Join our VIP Discord group thing, where we do a bunch of stuff, including talk about what I'm getting into next in our portfolio, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in all that, link for everything is down in the description below. We highly appreciate everyone's support. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. YouTube likes it when you click links. And until next time, take care.